The advantage and challenge of being an empath. Common benefits. Here are common benefits I love of being empathic. I'm grateful for the blessings my sensitivity bestows on me each day. I love being intuitive, feeling the flow of energy in the world, reading people, and experiencing the richness that is so open to life and nature. Empaths have many wonderful qualities. We have big hearts and an instinct to help others in need or less fortunate. We are dreamers and idealists. We are also passionate, insightful, creative, in touch with our emotions, compassionate, and able to see the big picture. We can appreciate the feelings of others and become true friends and companions. We are intuitive, spiritual, and we can feel the energy. We have a special appreciation for nature and feel at home there. We are in resonance with nature, its plants, forests, and gardens, and we often love water. Whether we are immersed in the warm waters of a bath, like a womb, or living next to an ocean or a river, water gives us energy. In addition, we feel a strong intuitive bond with our conspecifics. We often talk to them as if they were human, and we can get involved in animal rescue or communicating with animals. Common challenge. Once you start facing the challenge of an empath and gain more coping skills, you will really enjoy all the benefits yourself. Common challenge that I have encountered and seen with my friends and workshop participants include these things. Sensory overload. Because you don't have the same protection as others, you may feel like you have exposed nerve endings and burn easily. Without enough time to recharge and relax each day, you will suffer from the toxic effect of sensory overload and sensory burnout, absorbing the stress and negativity of others. Sometimes, you can't tell if a feeling of physical discomfort is yours or someone else. Embracing other people's suffering can cause a variety of physical and emotional symptoms, from pain to anxiety. For the extreme feelings of things, you can't watch violent or disturbing movies about people or animals because they cruelty hurts too much. Maybe you can carry the burden of the world and feel the pain of others in your life or those you see suffering in the news. Feelings of emotional and social hangovers. When you are around too many people or intense emotions, the discomfort of emotional overload can linger long after the event. Feeling of loneliness and isolation. You may isolate yourself or withdraw from people because the world seems so overwhelming. As a result, others may look away from you. Like many empaths, you can be so vigilant when scanning your surroundings to make sure it's safe that others take it as a signal to stay away. You may also freeze around inauthentic people, which can convey aloofness, but this is clearly a protective device. Some empaths prefer socializing online to keep others at a distance, so there is less of the tendency to absorb their discomfort and stress. Experiencing emotional burnout. A downside of being so compassionate is that people flock to you to tell you their life stories. Ever since I was a child, it was as if I wore a sign saying, "I can help you." This is why empaths must set clear boundaries with others and not overgive. Coping with increased sensitivity to light, smell, taste, touch, temperature, and sound. For many empaths and me, loud noises and bright lights are painful. They enter our body and attack. I cover my ears as the ambulance drives by. Hearing rustling of leaves and noise of machinery is disturbing. I can't stand explosive either. They startle me and I act like a scared dog. Empaths have a strong startle response as we respond to strong sensory input. Strong odors and chemicals such as exhaust fumes and perfumes can cause discomfort, allergies, and suffocation. We are also sensitive to extreme temperatures and may not like air conditioning. Our bodies can be energized or depleted by extreme weather such as thunderstorms, high winds, or snowfall. Many empaths are energized by the bright full moon, while others are excited by it. Needs in intimate relationship. Empaths have specific needs when they share a room or share a bed with someone. Many require a separate room and sometimes a separate bed to be comfortable. It's important to empathize with your partner about their specific needs. An empath's sensitives can be challenging in different ways for men and women. Though, of course, there is much overlap. For instance, male empaths are often ashamed of their sensitivities and reluctant to talk about them. They may feel they are not masculine enough. They have had to fight gender stereotypes and were probably warned not to be a crybaby and to act like a man. Boys are taught that strong men don't cry, and sensitive boys can be bullied at school for being sissies. Male empaths may not be attracted to football, soccer, or aggressive contact sport, and so they may be excluded and shamed by the older boys. Consequently, male empaths may repress their emotions and eventually even forget they have them. For all these reasons, they often suffer in silence, which can negatively impact their relationships, career, and health. The most highly sensitive men include Abraham Lincoln, Albert Einstein, and Jim Carrey. In contrast, in Western culture, female empaths are given more permission to express their feelings and feminine intuition. Even though our world doesn't accept female power at all, throughout much of history, women have been oppressed. Think of the Inquisition in the Middle Ages or the Salem witch trials, where sensitive people were burned at the stake. When I first started talking about intuition in front of groups, I was afraid I would get hurt. But when I realized that I was tuning into the collective energy of visions that had been suppressed for centuries, I realized that today is a different time. It's much safer to speak up now, so my anxiety has lessened. Likewise, many of my girlfriends were reluctant to express their feelings for fear of being misunderstood, judged, or abandoned. It is important that we learn to be authentic in relationship about our need for empathy. Also, for some empaths, sympathy can turn into solidarity. They have such a big heart that they throw themselves into nurturing roles and care about others more than themselves. A balanced empath knows how to set boundaries with his time and energy. He learns to give and receive in a balanced way, a powerful combination. Famous female empaths include Nicole Kidman, Winona Ryder, and also the famous Princess Diana.